ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ. Welcome to this segment of Code Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day. The recitation starts a new section, Rag Bihagda, in the Guru Granth Sahib Ji on page 537. The composition is Mahalla Panjwa, the fifth Nanak. It is a four-versed composition, Chaupada, Karduja, the second percussion. It begins with the complete version of the Mool Mantra and is followed by four verses. The recitation. Ik Onkar Satnam Karta Purkh Nirbhau Nirvair Akal Murat Ajuni Saibhang Gur Prasad Rag Vihagada Chaupade Mahalla Panjwa Kar Duja Dutan Sangaria Bhuyangan Basariya Anik Upariya Tau Main Har Har Kariya Tau Sukh Sahajariya Rahau Mithan Mohriya Anko Meriya Vich Kumman Kiriya Sagal Batariya Birkh Ik Tariya Bahubandh hai Pariya Thir Saad Safariya Jeh Kirtan Hariya Nanaki Sarnariya. In this passage, the Guru is trying to show us how life is to be lived and what is the nature of this existence. The Mool Mantra, Ik Onkar, all the way to Gur Prasad, I will attempt very briefly to translate it. It actually, Ik Onkar represents reality, that is a oneness. This oneness is both being and a becoming. Onkar, Ik Onkar, it is consciousness that is trying to become, changing constantly. This is essentially the symbol of our own personality. You are something, but you are also trying to be something else perpetually. And it is of the nature of Satnam. It is the perpetual name. Name here not to be confused with your name or my name, but the principle of knowledge of everything. So it is the perpetual name that names everything, but itself remains unnamed. Therefore, it is simply Nam. Satnam, it's perpetual in that oneness, that is becoming something, that is being and becoming. It is Karta Purkh, it is the doer consciousness. And its nature is spontaneous and harmonious. It's Nirbhau Nirvair. It is timeless, Akal, but it informs all forms. It is at the root of all form, although it does not have any form itself. Ajuni Saibhang, it is unborn. That is to say, it is self-existent. It is self-organizing. And it has the capacity to negate itself if it so wills. And it is Gur Prasad. It is the primal wisdom. And this wisdom is benign and insightful. So if you wish to get insight into your own existence, this is the Gur that you have to turn to. It is woven into the texture of the universe. And now, the Sabad, Rag Behagada Chaupade, Mahalla Panjwa Karduja. Dutan Sangaria Bhuyangan Basariya Anik Upariya. So Dutan Sangaria, Dutan means anxieties. Anxieties that stem from fear of death, Dut, but it is anxiety. So the Guru is saying, I live with anxiety. Why? Because Bhuyangana Basariya, because I live with the serpent. Bhuyangam, serpent, snake, is a reference to Maya. So the Guru is saying, because I live with the serpent, Maya, I'm afflicted with existential anxiety. This is our natural state. We live with the serpent, and we will go into why it is a serpent. And the Guru says, Anik Upariya, I've tried many approaches to relieve myself of my anxiety, but I succeeded only when, and he speaks about that in the Rahau. But first, the Guru is speaking of existential anxiety, not about his personal anxiety. What does that mean? It means that when we are born in Maya, the world play, we are participants in it. Maya is deceptive. It shares many qualities of the serpent. A serpent can be very deceptive because it disguises itself. Similarly, Maya disguises reality. The serpent actually sheds its skin, which means duality. So there are many, and the serpent also symbolizes death, which is our primal fear. When we realize that we can also die, that is when all anxiety begins to inform us. And what does it do to us? It causes us to attach to things. It makes us want to grab and hold on to things. This is the existential anxiety that Guru Arjan is speaking of, not your or mine personal anxiety about things in the world, but this is our root anxiety. And so the Guru says, Anik Upariya, I tried many ways, but only when Tau mein har har kariya, to sukh sahajariya. Only when I uttered har har did I find tranquility and well-being. And that well-being came to me spontaneously, because this is nirbhau, nirvair. We spoke about that. So what does uttering har har mean? It's a symbol. It symbolizes a holistic process. Gurmat's processes are holistic. They are not confined to any one specific activity. But this means a recall, a realization, a reflection, deep contemplation on the nature of life. So when you do har har, it means the wisdom of the self is being cultivated. Its knowledge is being cultivated. And when the truth of ourself begins to emerge, then our anxiety also begins to cease. And with it, our attachment. And the Guru says what we discover when we utter har har is mithana mohariya anako meriya vichko manakeriya. So I discovered that my real problem was, my affliction was mithana mohariya, was rooted in my false sense of self, anako meriya. You see, our ego is also deceptive, which then trapped me in a whirlpool. You go round and round of desire and attachment, which essentially means that you come and go constantly in this cycle. So Maya gives rise to the deceptive ego self, and the ego self does not want to die. Its primal fear is death. And that's why everything that the ego does is self-serving, self-preserving. It does not wish to die. And the Guru then explains to us why we have this problem. Sagal batariya, birakh ik tariya, bahu band hai pariya. Sagal batariya, we, all of us, are travelers, essentially sojourners, which means we are here only temporarily. Sagal batariya, and we are gathered under the tree of life. Birakh ik tariya, oneness. It's like the tree that shades us, but bahubande pariya, we get attached to it. So the reminder is that we are sojourners, we are temporary wayfarers on a journey where earthly existence is only a way station, it's not the destination. How does one avoid being caught in this snare The Guru says, Thir saad safariya, jah kirtan hariya, nanak sarnariya. How to avoid that? Sit with the sad, the Guru. Thir saad safariya. Thir, the sad is already stable. Sad safariya, safar. Saf means sit in the same row. In other words, attach yourself to the Guru principle, to the Guru, who will help you exert in the direction of the self. Jah kirtan kariya. Kirtan means to exert. It means to exert in the direction of cultivating virtue, in developing yourself. And in the end, Nanak sarnariya. Nanak found his refuge in the Guru. And that is how he solved his problem. And it is meant for us. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.